Welcome back. The South African Human Rights Commission, through its Free State Provincial Office, has released findings from the inquiry into service delivery at the local government level. The inquiry was launched following ongoing complaints about basic essential services, including access to water, electricity, housing and sanitation. We now bring in Dr. Henk Boshoff, who is a commissioner at the South African Human Rights Commission, for more details on the importance of this report and what it highlights. Dr. Boshoff, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for coming and making time for us this morning. I come from the Free State. I know what the situation is like, and you speak to family members about what's going on in the Free State, and it seems as though that the number of municipalities that continue to fail when it comes to their constitutional obligation is also on the rise, this being highlighted even by the Auditor General. But tell us about what your investigation has found.
Good morning, Alden, and thank you very much for the invitation. Well, firstly, over the last couple of years, the Human Rights Commission received a myriad of complaints relating to service delivery challenges in the Free State Province. Now, last year, we were also in the media explaining to the people out there that the Human Rights Commission receives more or less around 16,000 complaints per annum. The majority of those complaints relate to service delivery challenges, municipal service delivery challenges. Now, in the Free State Province, we also received a substantial number of challenges, and we decided that the best way of dealing with these challenges would be to convene a service delivery inquiry. That inquiry was held in March last year. All the municipal managers received notice that they should appear before the Commission. We put questions to them. We requested complainants and political parties also to come and make presentations. And we finalized our report after we also had to subpoena 4 municipal managers after the inquiry. We finalized our report in November last year. The report was tabled in the Free State Legislature, and we managed to get the opportunity to present the findings and recommendations to the COGTA, the Cooperative Governance Portfolio Committee in the Free State Legislature yesterday morning. A presentation that was well received, and we are really hoping that we can take hands with the Portfolio Committee in the Free State Province to assist in dealing with these massive service delivery challenges in the Free State Province. But as you know, Aldrin, coming from the Free State, there are high levels of vacancies at both managerial and technical levels of municipalities. There's a failure to deal with infrastructure maintenance. In each and every municipality, we have old and dilapidated infrastructure. The municipalities either, and that is what they said, don't have sufficient funds to upgrade or replace the infrastructure, or they are just neglecting the maintenance of the infrastructure. Then there's violations of constitutional and statutory obligations by allowing sewage spillages, contaminating water sources. We received testimony from municipal managers who admitted that they are releasing raw sewage into the Vaal River. Just yesterday, a member of the Free State Legislature also informed us that he visited Betuli, a small town in the southern Free State, and he was also informed that sewage is released into the Orange River as well. Now, there are also high levels of indebtedness to Eskoms, billions of rands being owed to Eskom by municipalities, high levels of indebtedness to water boards. We have been informed that the Vaal Central Board, which basically provides the water services authorities in the Free State Province with water, is facing bankruptcy. And once that happens, millions of people will be affected. And the reason why this water board is facing bankruptcy is because of the non-payment to the water board by municipalities.
Yeah.
Then
okay, no, you can conclude that thought quickly, Dr. Boshoff.
Yes, and then there's still in the Free State province, Aldrin, there's still a high prevalence of the bucket toilet system. Now, the Department of Water and Sanitation, the minister last year during a budget speech indicated or announced that the program will be rolled out to address the bucket system in 3 provinces. The Free State province, Northwest province, and the Northern Cape. I met with the mayor and the city manager of the Mangaung Metropolitan Municipality about 3 weeks ago to inquire about the rolling out of the bucket system in the Free State province, especially in this municipality. And I was informed that they had not received 1 cent from the department to assist them in rolling out the bucket toilet system, which is obviously also a major concern. Poor road infrastructure. Aldrin, you visited the Free State or Bloemfontein a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
I'm sure you witnessed the state of the roads in the city. And then there are also many other findings that we have identified and that we have made, and recommendations also to address these serious service delivery findings.
Yeah, and then you look at a municipality like Kopanong municipality as an example. They have the Harib Dam, but they still have water challenges as well. Tell us about some of your findings relating to that municipality and also the lack of council-approved plans to remedy water challenges.
Yeah, just with regards to the involvement of municipal councils, when we issued the report with findings and recommendations to municipalities, we requested the municipal managers to also table their plans, to table their action plans before municipal councils, because, it's very important for councillors to remain accountable and not for bureaucrats to, just to provide us with a few sentences in a very short letter telling us how they will be dealing with these challenges. No, we need councillors to take accountability. Proper reports, proper action plans need to be tabled before municipal councils, and those action plans then need to be provided to the Human Rights Commission so that we can continue monitoring the implementation of the recommendations and findings. Now, with regards to Kopanong, the higher lying areas, especially there in your Harib Dam area, the town of Harib Dam, they are still facing serious challenges with regards to access to water. I have met with the Minister for Water and Sanitation, bringing this to her attention. I have met with the municipality on numerous occasions. The Center for Human Rights at the Free State University has even threatened with litigation against the municipality. I then convened a meeting between ourselves, the Center, and the Department of Cooperative Governance in the Free State to see how we can address these challenges. And I must say that there's no improvement whatsoever. Even about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had a discussion with an academic at the Center for Human Rights, and they are still considering litigation. Yeah. It remains a challenge, Aldrin.
Yeah, and finally, the Budget 3.0 that was delivered on Wednesday, the Minister of Finance speaking about Operation Vulindlela and Phase 2 of Operation Vulindlela, amongst others, will include improving the performance of local municipalities or local government. This includes professionalizing utilities, appointing suitably qualified people and in senior positions, and reviewing the local government fiscal framework. For me, it's not the first time that we've heard of such interventions and calls for such interventions. But when it does materialize, what should it look like, and what should the end result be?
Well, we have recommended to all these municipalities that they should prioritize the filling of critical vacancies in municipalities. And those critical vacancies, according to us, are your chief financial officer position, but also very importantly, the filling of vacant positions in your technical departments, your infrastructure departments. There are municipalities already, and this is very serious, there are municipalities in the Free State Province who are very reluctant to fill vacancies in technical departments, in infrastructure departments. And the reason for that is they use their budget to collude with business people to provide so-called services to the communities. In other words, they would appoint businesses providing water tanker services for long periods of time. They refuse to fill vacancies because there's a deal going on. There's an agreement between municipal staff members and business people, and we are very concerned about that. I have just written a policy brief with the assistance of senior academics and lawyers that I will table in the Water and Sanitation Portfolio Committee on how to deal with the emergence and the prevalence of water mafias and construction mafias in our municipalities. So I agree with you. You know, those positions should be filled. I agree with government. Those positions should be filled. But there's a reluctance at local government level to do that because of the collusion between municipal officials and business people.
Yeah, and I wonder if one of the reasons could actually also be that when somebody's in an acting position, psychologically speaking, they do not really have the intention to make certain decisions that will be final decisions because, listen, I'm just acting in this position. I'm just here temporarily. And that perhaps maybe also has an influence on the trajectory of a local municipality. But thank you so much for making time for us. Dr. Henk Boshoff is a commissioner with the South African Human Rights Commission on the report that they've tabled now before the provincial government of the Free State around the state of local municipalities in their province.